Today on Singles Court, Derek wants Sasha's down-and-out sister out of their apartment.
She's costing us money now. She's running up the phone book.
But Sasha is a sister of mercy.
How long are you going to let her stay?
I don't have a time frame. She's my sister.
It's time for the pest to leave their nest.
What are you even doing to my sister?
Why don't you answer the question? Who's lying?
And
I'm 28 years old. I have an 11 o'clock curfew. Now, that is what I object to, Angela.
But Daddy wants Jason tucked in by 11.
I understand you're upset.
I am trying to teach him some life lessons.
Jason says it's time for Dad to grow up.
It's my house. I think I deserve to have it.
Well, you
and
know
so
what?
I can walk around in
If
my
I pay
underwear
rent in your
whenever.
house, then I have certain rights there, too.
You know
Isn't
what?
that...
Well, hello there, and welcome to Singles Court, the top-rated show on the Singles Broadcast Network, as rated by me, the show's producer, Michael Day. And now it's time to meet the Gloria Gaynor of good advice, relationship mediator Angela Siegel.
I will survive?
Yes, you will, baby.
You're right, that's true. I can feel that.
Okay, shall we get down to business, or shall we just chit-chat all day?
Well, if we do, you won't survive.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Oh, I gotta pay the bills.
That's right.
Okay, well, in our studio today we have Derek and Sasha. They've been living together for over a year and everything was great until Sasha's little sister, Carrie, showed up on their door asking to stay for a few days. And so she did, but a few days has turned into 5 months, and Derek claims it's affecting their relationship. So I call this the case of loyal little sister, or it's a family affair.
Oh, Michael. Well, Derek, give me an idea. What's going on? It sounds like there's more than one person in your little nest.
Yeah, we have a small 2-bedroom apartment. Her sister comes to live in my office, okay?
Your office, which is in the apartment.
Which is in the apartment, which is one of the bedrooms. But I turn my answering machine, my desk's in there, some of my, my phone's in there.
Okay, it's your office. Go on.
Fine. Okay, so she's taken over my office. She was only supposed to be there for 2 months at least. She broke up with her boyfriend or something. She asked to move in. She said she just wants to get away from that town. She comes in. She said it'll only be for a month or two till she finds a job and finds another place. It's almost 6 months now.
Okay, so now she's still there. So Sasha, what's the deal?
You know
Why is she still there?
There's no problem with her being there. The way I grew up was family takes care of family. She's in a hard way right now. She's trying to make ends meet. She's trying to figure out where she is in this life and what she's about.
It wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad.
I let you talk? Anyway, she's trying to figure out what she's about, and the whole point of it is, he's an only child. He doesn't know what it's like to have siblings and to have family and stuff like that.
I can understand the family thing. I'm all for that. You know, it's a family affair. I understand that.
It is.
However, it sounds as though you all had a discussion and you agreed together that she could stay for a certain period of time.
It wasn't open and shut like that. It wasn't like, okay, you're only going to stay for 6 months. It was, you can stay here until you get yourself together.
Well, but don't you think that has to have what time frame would you put on that?
She's my baby sister. I agree.
That was not what I asked you.
No, the thing about
what time frame would you put on that? Does that mean whenever you want to? Does that mean when you can stand on your...
I think that in certain cases that you really have to make a point of just letting people figure out what's going on.
So you have no time frame.
So I don't have a time frame. She's my sister, and she's not really. She's cleaning up.
She's not even paying rent, though. She's not even paying rent.
You know what? She doesn't have to pay rent. She's cooking. Do you cook?
She doesn't clean up after. She doesn't clean up after herself.
Hello. What do you mean she doesn't clean up after herself? She cleans up after you, for Pete's sake.
Every morning I go into the kitchen and there's crumbs all over the.
You know what? Remember, Angela, Singles Broadcast Network. Remember. Tell me, there's no time frame for her to be there. You all. It sounds like you did not determine a clear plan when she moved in.
We really did.
So now you're kind of like switching up, trying to change the rules.
I'm not trying to switch up anything.
Well, then what are you doing?
Okay, listen.
You know what? She's not even in the house most of the time. Most of the time, she's out of the house. She comes, she wakes up.
You know what, Sasha? Let him talk.
You know what the point is? She's running. She's costing us money now. She's running up the phone bill. This boyfriend that she's supposed to break up with a couple of months ago.
Not the issue here.
The boyfriend that she's calling him every night on the phone. It's cost $200 last month for this phone bill.
It's not a big deal.
This little. She's not even broken up with the guy.
It's not the issue.
Sasha, it is the issue because it's affecting your relationship. So you have a third party, which is your sister, that is living there, which apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, she's not paying any bills at all.
She's not paying bills, but she is doing the cooking.
She's using us, all right?
She's using
you.
us. She's using. Excuse me. That's what I heard from my parents about you years ago, and I managed to stay with you and found out that you weren't using me. I supported you as well, so you're trying to tell me that I can support you, but I can't support you.
What are you going there for?
What do you mean, what am I going there for?
All right, you two. You came to see Angela. Talk to Angela.
Sorry.
Thank you. Or talk to the hand, because I'm really not feeling this right now.
I'm sorry.
Please, help me understand why you feel justified carrying Carrie. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me.
To me, it's just about, see, my father says this all the time. He's selfish. He likes to take care of himself.
But your father doesn't live with you.
No.
We're talking about the relationship between
but
you
yeah, you're selfish.
I'm selfish.
The whole point of it is...
Okay, you want to know what this whole thing is about? You want to know what the real story is?
She asked me a question.
You want to know what the real story is?
Yeah, what is the real story?
1 sec, I just got to tell
No,
this.
1 sec. You know what? You should have told her outside the door.
Well, tell us now.
But
What's
now,
the big
since you
story?
must, open up. Please, let the floodgates open. What?
I didn't want to have to go here, okay?
Go there.
No, go.
Or go.
Please, go.
What?
Whatever.
Your little sister's hitting on me, all right? I know you wouldn't
You know
believe
what?
it.
You sinking to that level?
No.
You're going to sink to
Listen,
that level?
every
You're going
morning-
to start
Derek,
pulling that
talk to
stuff
me.
in here?
Talk to me.
Okay, I'm walking out of the, she's leaving for work. She works at the bank, all right?
Yeah.
She
Okay.
leaves to work early in the morning.
I can't believe you
I
do
get
this.
up, it's summertime, I'm getting up.
I really can't
I'm
believe
going to
this.
the kitchen, the bathroom door's wide open, little sister's in the shower with her towel. Hi, oops,
What
the
are you
towel
lying
falls.
for?
I'm not
What are you lying
about
for?
this. Why would I lie
What have
about
you been doing
this?
to my sister?
I'm not doing anything
You know
to your
what?
sister.
So
and that's
guys-
the point. I'm trying not to do anything with your sister.
You know
I don't
what?
want to do this anymore. You know what? It doesn't really matter. I don't want to be here anymore.
You know,
If
well,
gonna
you're
start lying
going to
like
stay
that-
till it's finished, okay? And
We're supposed to be here doing honest things.
Well,
and if he's going to be
I'm
like
telling you the truth,
let's
all
get to
right?
the bottom. Let's
I'm
get to
telling
the
you the truth.
bottom. Michael, I think we need to call
I read your
Carrie.
mind.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Let's
give her a
call
call
Carrie.
right now.
What
Let's
the
call
deal
Carrie.
is.
See what we're talking about now.
Okay.
Because that's the only way. 'cause
I
it
cannot
sounds like-
believe you would start this. I can't believe...
Why?
God.
Angela, I got her on the line. Hold it. I'm going to put you through.
Thank goodness. Maybe there'll be some
It's Carrie
interesting
on the
things
line.
happening here. Carrie?
Hello?
Hi, this is Angela Siegel from Singles
Hey,
Court.
Carrie.
How are you
there.
doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, I have your sister and her boyfriend here, and it seems as though there seems to be some issue with you making passes at Derek.
That is not true, okay? It's Derek who's coming on to me.
Okay.
And he parades around half naked or walks
You walked
into my
around naked?
room to fix things that aren't even broken, okay, Sasha? And if you don't believe me,
It's my office,
you just
okay?
ask
I gotta
him.
go in there for the
ask
phone. I
Derek,
gotta-
okay? Ask Derek whether he ever invited me to have public sex in the alcove of the War Memorial in McNally Park. You ask him.
Oh, my God.
Why did you tell her
You know
about
what? Why did I what?
Derek,
What did I tell her? Why would I
told
tell
her
her about
about
the
that?
first place we had sex?
Michael-
What's wrong with you?
All right, you
You're a
two.
pig.
Don't make me get up and come over there because I'm not wearing pants.
You know what? Maybe he needs to see that.
You know what, Derek? I have a question for you. You just heard that. So somebody's lying.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
No, you're not asking me a question. Why don't you answer the question? Who's lying?
She's lying.
About?
She's lying?
Of course she's lying.
You know what? This isn't the first
What-
time,
you
but I
know
can
what,
tell you
Sasha,
what, it's the last time.
Sasha, you couldn't resolve this. That's why you're here. Okay?
I didn't know he was making passes.
Shh. Is that true? Did you or did you not make a pass at her
I
sister?
didn't make any pass at her.
So she's making the whole thing
Oh, my
up.
God.
Well, she must have heard her. You must have told her about
I
that.
must have told her about that because I'm going to tell my sister where's the first place I had
Well, how would
sex,
she
right?
know then?
How would
Why
she
would
know?
I? Why would
How
I?
would she know,
Why
Derek?
would I?
Because
Why
you're
would
a
I
pig.
come on?
You're
Why
a
would I
pig,
come
Derek.
on
You're
the
a pig,
show?
pig,
Why would I
pig.
come on the
Oh,
show
ding,
and
Ding,
talk
ding,
about?
ding,
Yeah,
ding,
whoa,
ding.
whoa.
We're out of here. Resolution time.
All right.
Resolution time. I tell you, you two give new meaning to three's a crowd. Derek, I don't know who's telling truth. I don't know if it's you or if it's Carrie. But I tell you that you're in a situation that's pretty tough at this point because you have to be very careful. Because if you come right out and hit on her, obviously that makes you a creep. If she accuses you of doing it and you didn't do it, then you're sitting there trying to prove something that's going to be really hard to prove to somebody who is family. So you're going to have to decide, is this really worth it? You, on the other hand, Sarah, have said, well, family is family, and that's what's most important, and that's admirable. But you have to realize that even in this situation, family has responsibility. There needs to be a time frame. Carrie should not be allowed to live there without any boundaries and be allowed to not have any responsibilities just because she's family. You're not teaching her anything, and you're not saving her from anything. You know, in a relationship, families always become part of the relationship, and that's really difficult because you have to work within all the different personalities and try to come together and come up with something meaningful. In this situation, you were one-sided in that you felt, as Sasha, as though I say it, it's my family, and this is the way it should be, and you just have to accept it. And that left Derek in an uncomfortable situation. I'll tell you, Derek, you have to walk on eggshells until this is resolved. And what you must remember is when it's all said and done, it's going to be he said, she said, and blood is thicker than water. And that's that in black and white.
Next on Singles Court.
I am 28 years old. I have an 11 o'clock curfew. Now, that is what I object to, Angela.
But Daddy wants Jason tucked in by 11.
I understand you're upset.
I am trying to teach him some life lessons.
Jason says it's time for Dad to grow up.
It's my house. I think I deserve to have it.
If I pay rent in your house, then I have certain rights there, too.
And Singles Court is back with relationship mediator Angela Siegel.
Busy today, aren't we?
Busy, busy, and we have another family affair in the studio, but of a slightly different nature. This is Roy here in the studio and his son Jason.
Hello.
Now, they're not lovers. Of course, that would be a bit too weird for our forum here.
Even for us.
Yes. The problem arises that Jason still lives at home, and it's getting to be a bit of a problem between him and his dad because his dad, Roy, is imposing certain rules that Jason doesn't feel apply to him at his age. Right. So I call this the case of my house, my rules.
Well, Jason, let's start with you because you have issue with your dad's rules. Tell me what's going on.
What has he not done to me? All right.
I don't know.
Now, I'll tell you a little bit.
What have I done for you?
I moved in with my
I've done
father
everything for
about
you.
5 years ago when my mother passed away.
Yeah,
okay?
that's right.
Things went fine
and
until
I've helped him every step along the way.
Things went fine until up about 4 years ago.
I put a roof over his head. I bought him a car. I fed him. You know.
Can I tell her, please? Can I tell her why I've brought us both here?
You can try.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
okay.
Why don't you let him? I know, you know.
About 4 years ago, he started to make increasingly unrealistic demands on me.
They weren't unrealistic demands.
Now, at first, it's okay. All right. I come home one night, arbitrarily says, "Hey, you're cooking 2 nights a week."
That's right. You have to cook. What's wrong with that?
I can't cook.
I asked him to cook
I'm
2
not
meals a week out of the whole week. I think that's reasonable. No, listen. I mean, and what does he make? He makes macaroni and cheese.
I cook for him.
Dogs.
I cook for his girlfriend Judy sometimes.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
that's fine. I do that.
You
all
know,
right,
Angela, it's funny. I can see the resemblance here. They're both rude and they never stop talking.
Who knew?
How about one at a time?
Thank
okay.
you. Look, and genetics are a strong thing, aren't they?
Look. Like I said, I got in the car. I put him through college. You know, I mean, you have a degree, and what do you do for a living?
I work in a music store.
He works in a music store.
All right.
How old are you? How old are you? He's 28 years old.
Roy. When you walked into the studio, did you see Singles Court? Did you see the name?
Yeah.
Did you realize like how it works here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I talk, I ask the questions, you answer.
I understand, but
okay.
it really...
Well, then if you understand, then please, a little respect. You want that in your house? I want that in my home.
Tell her. Fine. Go ahead, tell her.
All right. So about 6 months ago, he says, "I want you to start paying rent."
Yeah.
Okay, you're not pulling your weight around here. You gotta start, measuring up, giving me some of the money you make. Now I work in a music store.
Okay,
I don't make.
Look,
You know what, Roy? I'm serious. I am not kidding. This gavel will be hitting right up the top of your head. Okay?
I really have. I have tried.
You know what? Because now I understand. I understand you're upset.
I am trying to teach him some life lessons so that when he goes out into the world, that he can act on his own and that he can have some kind of
right now, Roy. If she gets out of that chair.
I'm just wondering. Like, please explain to me why you're here. Because you have all the answers.
Go ahead, you tell her.
I'm trying to, if you'd let me finish.
All right.
About 6 months ago, he tells me to start paying rent. I do this. I don't earn a lot of money, but I give him some of my paycheck.
Okay, so you're paying. Let's recap.
Right.
Okay, please.
I'm cooking.
You're cooking.
Yeah.
You're paying rent.
Paying rent.
None of which seem unreasonable to me.
Did you wreck the car?
No, I do this for
Roy.
him. About 2 months ago, Angela, he tells me he doesn't want my friends in the house anymore.
No.
I have friends over, we're watching a video, we're drinking a beer.
Okay,
he comes downstairs in his shorts, tells my friends to leave.
It's my house. If I want to come downstairs in my shorts, in my house, I'm allowed to do that.
Look, I'm paying rent in that house.
Loser friends, I don't care. They get out of the house.
Do I have to come over there and hold your mouth closed?
Oh, please.
Thank you. So let me talk to you, Roy, because obviously you can't wait to open your mouth. So let me talk to you, okay? So far, what he's told me does not seem unreasonable, but you do. Explain to me why you give these rules in such an antagonistic way, because if it's anything like what you're doing here, I can see why you have the situation.
I don't think 11 o'clock's unreasonable. I don't think it's unreasonable
11
for me to
o'clock
ask
what?
these things.
Explain to me.
11 o'clock for him to be in the house, I don't think it's unreasonable
So you have a curfew as well?
Plus,
I'm 28 years
I have
old.
taught him lessons so that he can move out.
I'm 28 years old. I have an 11 o'clock curfew. Now, that is what I object to, Angela.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, let me ask you a question, Jason. Why don't you move out? Because, you know, I want to move out, and I'm in my own studio.
I work in a record store, like I said. I don't earn a lot of money. Money's a bit tight right now. I don't really have the cash to move out.
Money's always going to be tight if you keep working in a record store.
I've done everything you want me to do.
I need you to move out. I need it.
What, Roy, Angela, okay? Why is it so important to you that you teach him a lesson and that you yell at him? And why is that so important to you?
Yeah, why is it so important to you?
A man's got to grow up.
Do you have a
Dad,
reason?
I've done everything you want me to do.
Yes, I do.
Roy, do you have a reason for wanting him to move out so badly?
Yes.
Well, what is it? How about telling us?
I want my girlfriend to move in. I want Judy to move in. And she's such a good person that she doesn't want to make a rift between he and I.
But you can't tell me this?
By me forcing him to move out. That's what's going on.
You do this.
And I don't think that's such a terrible thing.
Okay, well then why, if you don't think it's such a terrible thing, Roy, then explain to me why the elaborate scheme of trying to make him miserable in order just so your girlfriend can move in.
Because I couldn't just go up to him and say, you move out now because I want Judy to move in. Because if I did that, then she would be upset with me and she wouldn't move in.
Let's think about this.
And I need her in my life.
Let's think
More
about
than
this.
you need your son, obviously.
Let's think about this, Roy boy. You couldn't tell him, yet you can sit here and just scream like a raving maniac, like Beetle Bailey, yelling at the top of your lungs, but you could not tell your own son that you want your girlfriend to move in. Help me understand that. No, you sound like Sergeant Carter on Gomer Pyle. I don't understand why you cannot make a simple statement to him.
Look, she's a younger woman. She's attractive. I don't want to lose this woman. She's very sensitive. She wanted me to approach him in a certain way. I was only trying to do what she asked. If I went to him and I said, you move out, I want Angela to move in, then she would probably not move in. She might even leave me.
So your girlfriend's name is Angela. I hope she's smarter than I am.
I meant Judy.
Woo!
Do
you talk to her like that? Do you talk to your girlfriend?
No, of course I don't.
Okay, but so let me make sure I understand you correctly. That tone of voice that you've had here the whole time, the antagonistic attitude that you've had here the whole time, is reserved for your son, your flesh and blood. But yet you don't talk to
Who pays rent in your house? Who cooks your meals?
You don't talk
Minimal rent, crappy meals. I mean, come on.
Roy, look at
I've done everything for you, kid.
Roy.
I've done everything, and you're 28. It's time to get out.
Roy, look at me. Do you understand that that's your flesh and blood? It's hard for him. I understand what you're trying to do. I understand the lesson. But do you see that you're giving him attitude that you don't even give your girlfriend?
I was 18 when I got out of my house. I got on my own. And as far as me and my girlfriend, that's an issue between me and my girlfriend. And if I want my house, it's my house. I think I deserve to have it.
Well,
and
you know
so
what?
I can walk around in
If
my
I pay
underwear
rent in your
whenever I want.
house, then I have certain rights there too.
You know
Isn't that right?
Listen, hello, girl talking. You know, I'll be back with my resolution. And you know what you're going to find out? That might be your house, but more importantly, that's your son. Nothing is accomplished when one parent yells at a child and it's supposed to be advice. Roy, it's commendable that you wanted to teach him a lesson and have him learn the lessons of life. I understand exactly where you're coming from. I'm a parent as well, and I feel the same way. I don't have a problem with rent, chores, responsibilities, because those are all necessary things that children who turn into adults need in life. I do have a problem with you trying to create a hostile environment so that he'll move out so you can move in your girlfriend. You, on the other hand, Jason, have to realize that you need to grow up. If you can't pay rent based on one job, get two. If you can't pay rent based on two jobs, get three. There's no reason for you to complain about where you live but not be willing to do what it takes to get out. That's your responsibility. You know, we don't get to pick our parents, but guess what? We don't pick our children either. Our task is to do the best we can with what we have. And I believe in this case, Roy, you did try to do and are trying to do the best you can. And once again, that is commendable. But you have to realize that your home is your castle, and you can both share the castle. And it's an opportunity right now for you to repair this relationship. Because remember, after all, it's just a house. The only thing that's going to make it a home is the relationship between father and son. And that's that in black and white.
Well, there it is. And what did we learn? Sisters have to look out for each other, sure, but you better keep an eye on the boyfriend as well. And misery loves company. Unless, of course, misery is your dad and misery has a girlfriend in the wings. So that's about it. So join us next time here at Singles Court, the final word for singles.